So I've been making my way back into the VR world recently, and I've been really enjoying it. Virtual reality is an experience I've waited for my whole life, and it's crazy to see it happening. I was the first out of my friend group to cave in and buy a headset, and I was amazed that we finally reached a point where VR is actually affordable. Well, kinda. I bought my VR set for 340 Canadian dollars, about 240 American, and I was actually very happy with it, and I highly recommended this to my friends, but paying $340 after building a PC to handle VR is a lot to fork over, and their bills and other expenses obviously came first, so they were waiting for the timing to be right. But then, the door shut. There's no more sales, no more stores supplying these headsets, and now that $340 VR set is no more. In fact, it's not even that easy finding one for under $1,000. How's it going, YouTube? I go by Lumberjack on the internet, and today I want to talk about the future of VR and how we, the consumer, might have killed the budget VR industry. But first, I want to say I'm talking through a budget perspective. I do not feel that the Vive or the Index are ripoffs in any way. If I had the money for it, I would 100% buy that instead, but not that many people do have that money. And I feel like step one to getting the market bigger is to make it affordable, or at least have affordable options. Back in 2017, Windows was teaming up with their partner companies and releasing a new type of VR headsets called Windows Mixed Reality. What made them unique was, well, actually a lot of things. They were the only option at the time that didn't require base stations as they tracked on the headset. They had a very smooth integration with Windows as it was endorsed by Microsoft, and the budget was significantly cheaper than the competition. It did have its quirks, it had bugs. When I first got mine, I had to restart my PC every time I wanted to use VR. The hand tracking was, and still is, not perfect, and the controllers are clunky and huge, so undoubtedly it had a rough start. But the part that hurts the most is that I feel it didn't get a big enough chance. I remember looking at reviews for this, and the problems on the headset were nothing compared to the experience to be had. And the fact that Steam itself supported Windows Mixed Reality is all that should have mattered. And the Windows Mixed Reality community on Steam is prominent enough to make workarounds. This gameplay you're seeing is Creed VR. It doesn't even support Windows Mixed Reality, but I'm playing it seamlessly. This is first gen tech. It's never meant to be perfect, but it's mostly software driven, and with enough backers, these companies would have been able to justify working on software updates and support. And the part that sucks most is that, since it wasn't perfect, people didn't buy it and the companies didn't feel it was worth the second generation of headsets. Now I know it sounds absurd to complain about people not buying a product when it isn't exactly done right, especially when the Vive, the dominator of the market, is the no compromise, nearly perfect VR set. I get it, but all I'm saying is you could buy 99% of the product for $1,000 cheaper. And so this is where the problems are starting. 2019 was the beginning of the end for budget VR. It is 2020 now, and when you look up VR headsets, you're given a wide variety of headsets and companies, but none of them are true PC VR gaming headsets. Right at this moment, even Oculus is doing its own thing. So you're left with HTC Vive and Valve and Pimax, but they're like partnered with Valve. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Not that this is a bad thing, VR has come a long way in new features, but the price is insane. The Valve Index is the cheapest option, and it's still at around $1,000. And the part that scares me is that cell phones already fell down this route, and we've seen the outcome. My Windows Mixed Reality is a few years old, and it's working better than the day I bought it, because of the updates and care. But as time goes on, these companies are going to keep pushing the bar and seeing how much they can get away with by upping the price as much as they feel. The Index is still kinda new, and I don't have one, so it's hard for me to give my review on it, but the YouTuber Thrillseeker made a video on the flaws of it, mostly talking about how it's been wearing down fairly fast. He uses the Index more than the average person, but he's come up with a 14-minute video worth of complaints and issues in just 10 months of use. That's pretty bad. Also, just a side note, if you're on a VR rabbit hole or considering buying into it, or you have a VR set, for some reason haven't subscribed to Thrillseeker, you should definitely get on it. He is like the main hub of virtual reality on YouTube. Lots of good tips there. And actually, my next point comes from a clip from Thrillseeker himself.
I know one of the first things I wanted to do after getting my headset was to show everyone around me just how cool this thing was. And it could either convince them that VR sucks and will never be good, or they'll have that holy crap moment and won't be able to sleep without thinking about getting into VR. This means, of course, no roller coaster simulators.
This is a very good point, especially for Windows Mixed Reality. When you first set up your gear and you're placed in the Hilltop Mansion, Microsoft starts shoving the store down your throat. Obviously because they want sales, but the problem is Microsoft's store is a lot like an app store. It's full of tiny little games and quirky experiences designed to make you feel sick, and I feel this could draw new users away, and it even makes it harder for me to recommend Windows Mixed Reality because to me, Steam VR support is the entire reason it's worth buying. Nothing to do with Windows integration, it's just a nice touch. Anyways, the VR world is still fairly new, and hopefully someone comes along to develop a more entry-level setup. There's nothing we can really do as consumers except make videos and spread some awareness to the Windows Mixed Reality team in hopes of a bright future. Microsoft has stated in the past that they still haven't given up on Windows Mixed Reality, but that was a while ago, and nothing new has been shown to us since. So, with all that being said, let me know in the comments if you were just as confused as me when you looked up Windows Mixed Reality and to find that there's nothing left. Thank you guys for the support lately, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. This is Lumberjack logging off.